start for the next episode. This should be in English. The subject is why MAHAKAL told LEELA to shun, to leave, to relinquish politics. Why? Why he told to shun, to leave, to relinquish politics? That is the end of 1962, early 1963. Why? Subhash Bose, to us, to majority of us, is a politician. How his activities from 1920 to 45 in the political plane? Why he is telling LEELA and also many of his followers to relinquish politics? This is my specific point of discussion. Can you listen? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I audible? Audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? Good. Yes. Let me start. And first will be let me yes. কথন 141:16. Yes, 16. From I am quoting from. I'll start from MAHAKAL কথন 141. Yes, 141. 140. I'll yes, 41. None except Pavitra has been able to relinquish affinity for politics. Srijukta LEELA Rai's reputation internationally. Country like Germany wanted from her female education scheme from her. Such world famous is LEELA Nath. She has come from high family. She was arrested under Defence of India rules. Even she has not been able to relinquish lust of politics and the lust for leadership of a political party. And go above these political parties. When I see such things, I get pain in mind. If a lady of this level cannot do it, what I can expect from others? All wants self-projection, self-name. এটা উনি যেটা মুখে বলেছিলেন সেইটুকু একটু পড়ে শুনি। শ্রীযুক্তা রায় এর রেপুটেশন ইন্টারন্যাশনালি। জার্মানির মতো দেশ তার কাছে ফিমেল এডুকেশনের স্কিম চেয়েছিল। এত বিশ্ববিখ্যাত যে লীলা নাথ, who comes from a high family was arrested under Defense of India rules. তিনিও পার্টির মোহ ছাড়িয়ে, নেতাগিরির মোহ ছাড়িয়ে উঠতে পারেন না। এই জিনিসগুলো যখন দেখি তখন আমি ব্যথা পাই। ওর মতো মেয়েও যদি এরূপ হয় তবে অন্যদের কাছ থেকে কী আশা করতে পারে? সকলেই চায় আমাকে লোকে জানুক। হিপোক্রেসি চূড়ান্ত করে বলবে, সময় আসলে আমাকে ঠিক পাবে। একেই বলে ভাবের ঘরে চুরি। এই নোটটা হচ্ছে this note is on 29th June 1967, a note by Pavitra Mohan Rai. Why from before? This is one of the letters, one of the recordings, and from before, from 62 and from 63 he is telling, rather ordering his followers to relinquish politics. Why? Even you will see all these things in OMA 336. I am telling 336 in different parts of ওই মহামানব আসে। Why he is wanting all others to relinquish politics? Relinquishing politics, how to serve the country, how to fight for the country for its real liberation. From which plane he is working, if not politics? Yes, for many reasons I have discussed, he is not in a position to work in the open platform in front of the curtain. He is compelled to stay behind the curtain. But from which plane? If not politics. Yes, and coming to that plane, ask yourself, what is originally Subhash Chandra Bose? Is he a politician or a spiritualist? Is he a politician or a spiritualist? Basically, what the foundation rock of Netaji Subhash Chandra? What is the bedrock of Netaji Subhash Chandra? Is it politics or spirituality? Bharatian philosophy, spirituality. The bedrock of Subhash Chandra is spirituality of Bharatvarsh. Bedrock. Shivaji fought for the country to establish Bharatvarsh, the empire, Hindustan. Who was the real guide from behind? His guru, the spiritual guru. In ages, always a Kshatriya is the king on chair, on throne. But who guides them? It is their spiritual gurus, who are men of wisdom, whom we call Brahmins, the teachers, the ministers, the gurus, spiritual gurus. They actually guide the Kshatriyas, who are in the throne, who was in the forefront. But the real software is behind, the spiritual gurus. It's not Subhash Chandra wants to guide Indian politics from behind, when he is compelled to stay behind, particularly when under situations in the nation and in the international plane. And what is that religious plane? What is that spiritual plane? correct, to a letter written by Subhash Chandra to Dilip Kumar Rai. I am quoting this letter from Jayashree Netaji Subhash Chandra Shatabarshiki Grantha, page number 34, writing on Subhash Chandra by Dilip Rai. First, let me read in Bengali the original one. This letter was written originally in English by Subhash Chandra when he was going out of India, being exiled to Europe, and sitting in the ship. From the ship he wrote the letter to Dilip Rai in 1933. His letter originally was in English, but that letter is not now in my hand. Dilip Rai himself has translated to Bengali. I am reading that, and then I will read the English translation what I have got. তোমার একটি পত্রে তুমি আমাকে শিব সম্বন্ধে আমার মনোভাব জানতে চেয়েছো। বলতে কি আমার মন কখনো ঝোঁকে এদিকে কখনো ওদিকে, তাই দুর্গা কালী শিব কৃষ্ণ কাকে যে বরণ করব ভেবে পাই না। আমি অবশ্য জানি যে খতিয়ে সবাই অভেদ, একমেবাদ দ্বিতীয়ম, তবুও কার্যক্ষেত্রে আমরা প্রত্যেকেই ভগবানের কোনো একটি বিশেষ ভাবরূপের অনুরাগী না হয়েই পারি না। আমি লক্ষ্য করেছি যে আমার মনের নানা ভাবাবেশ আমি কখনো বরণ করি শিবকে, কখনো কালী বা দুর্গাকে, কখনো কৃষ্ণকে। এদের মধ্যে আবার কখনো চাই শিবকে, কখনো শক্তিকে। শিবের পরম যোগী রূপ আমার কি মন যে টানে। হয়েছে কি জানো, সম্প্রতি গত 4-5 বৎসর হলো মন্ত্রশক্তিতে আমার বিশ্বাস এসেছে। মানে আমার মনে হয় এক একটি মন্ত্রের একটি নিবিড় শক্তি আছে। ইতিপূর্বে আমি যুক্তিবাদীদের মতনই মনে করতাম যে মন্ত্র নিছকই একটি প্রতীক মাত্র, শুধু আমাদের মনকে সংহত করবার সহায়তা করে। কিন্তু তন্ত্রদর্শন পড়ে আমার প্রত্যয় হয়েছে যে একটি বীজ মন্ত্রের মধ্যে নিহিত আছে একটি সহজ শক্তি, আর প্রতি আধারেই একটি বিশেষ মন্ত্রের অধিকারী। সেই থেকে আমি ভেবে সারা আমার আধার কোন মন্ত্রের অধিকারী, কিন্তু এখনো পর্যন্ত আমি কোনো সিদ্ধান্তে পৌঁছতে পারিনি। কেননা আমার মন, ওই যে বললাম, কখনো রাঙিয়ে ওঠে শৈবের রঙে, কখনো শাক্তের, কখনো বৈষ্ণবের। Let me now translate it to English. In one of your letters to me, you have wanted to know my ideas on Lord Shiva. To say, my mind goes to Goddess Durga, Kali, Lord Shiva at different times. I have failed to determine where to fix my mind. I know all are same, ekam eva ditiyam. In practical life, I cannot but go to different aspects of I cannot but go to different aspects of different gods and goddesses at different times. At times to Goddess Kali, Durga, at times to Lord Shiva, and at times to Lord Krishna. For 4-5 years, I have established faith in the power of the Mother. Like rationalists, I initially thought mantras are for concentration of mind, but after reading Tantra philosophy, I feel each sloka is a seed of a particular power. I have told you, at times my mind is colored with the glow of Shaiva, at times with the glow of Shakta, at times with Vaishnavas. I am showing you we have got many gods and goddesses, but his likings is for Lord Shiva, Durga Kali, Shaiva and Shakta, and also Krishna. Why Krishna? Krishna is a diplomat. Diplomacy is needed. And Vaishnava, the sect of love and affection, love and sect of love. Actually, Subhash Chandra Netaji has practiced in all the lines. He is a spiritualist. But in this phase, you think and if you go to the writings of the Kirtikut, he has narrated on her meetings on Subhash Chandra in Germany, Kirtikut. There she has described the man is not politician. He is basically a spiritualist. And Kirtikut, you will see there, is trying to gather knowledge on Indian tantras from Subhash Chandra in 1933. Subhash Chandra Tantra. And of tantras, the Adi Guru is Lord Shiva. And you will see in this page, MAHAKAL page, the Gundami Baba, MAHAKAL, Bhagavanji page, his associations with the Tantrics in Bharatvarsh. And the associations with the Shaivas, Dasnami Sampradaya. At one place, he has told, আমি দশনামী সম্প্রদায়ের দীক্ষিত শিষ্য। He has mentioned Dwaraka Sharadapit, দীক্ষিত শিষ্য. And also you will see its connections with the top leaders of the RSS. And the top persons and Shankaracharya's, particularly of the Joshi Math and Dwaraka Sharadapit. He associates with. And you see, these are the two moths he has in his MAHAKAL phase. His note, even note, on 4th February 1965, he is telling, দশনামী সম্প্রদায় পৃথিবীর আদি ও শাশ্বত সম্প্রদায়। ব্রহ্মার 4 জন মানসপুত্র। বৌদ্ধ যুগে হিন্দু ধর্ম যখন তলিয়ে যাওয়ার উপক্রম হলো, আদি শঙ্করাচার্য আবির্ভূত হলেন। তিনি স্বয়ং ভগবান শঙ্কর। সমস্ত বিদ্যার মূল হলেন শিব। ঋষ হল ধর্মরাজ। ভগবান বুদ্ধ কখনো বলেননি আমি হিন্দু নই। যেটা করেছে বৌদ্ধ সন্ন্যাসীরা সত্তার প্রচারের লোভে বৌদ্ধ ধর্মকে পরাজিত করার জন্য, হিন্দু ধর্মকে পুনঃপ্রতিষ্ঠিত করার জন্য তিনি শঙ্করাচার্য আসলেন, এসে 4টি পীঠ তৈরি করে দিলেন। শ্রী শ্রী সারদা পীঠ, শৃঙ্গেরি পীঠ, গোবর্ধন পীঠ এবং জ্যোতিষপীঠ। Why is mentioning all these things? Dastami sect is the earliest and eternal one. Brahma had 4 spiritual sons. In Bauddha era, when Hindu Dharma was decaying, Adi Shankaracharya appeared. He is himself God Shankara. Lord Shiva is the root of all knowledges. Ox is the Dharmaraj. Lord Buddha has never told that he is not Hindu. It is done by Buddhist sannyasis in greed of spreading a separate sect to defeat Buddha religion and to re-establish Hinduism. Shankaracharya appeared and created 4 pithas: Sharada, Dwaraka, that is west; Sringeri, that is south; Govardhan Pit, that is east; and Joseph Pit, Bodhi, that is north. Why is mentioning all these things? It's not indicating is associations with these Shankaracharyas, and you see subsequently these particular two pithas of the Joshi and Dwaraka is becoming active in nationalist politics of India. And many of the sadhus related to these pithas, Sharada pithas and Joshi pithas, are being murdered by the ruling political parties. Being murdered, one after another. And whenever the ruling party is smelling contact of these sadhus, sacred contacts of these sadhus to Mahakal, these ruling political parties are murdering them because they are not being able to kill Mahakal, Bhagavanji. Bhagavanji is working through these sadhus to execute the national plans. And these ruling political parties, political forces, being pushed by the enemies of the countries, from outside the border, enemy countries, are killing these sadhus. And Mahakal is very secretly, very cautiously working from behind. In one place, one sadhu, great sadhu, is telling that and indicating to Subhash Chandra, telling Subhash Chandra, Mahakal, Bhagavanji, that the gods and goddesses are looking to you to re-establish Hinduism in this ভারতবর্ষ. ভারতবর্ষ তোমার দিকে তাকিয়ে আছে হিন্দু ধর্ম প্রতিষ্ঠিত করার জন্য. ভারতবর্ষ দেবদেবীরা তোমার দিকে তাকিয়ে আছে হিন্দু ধর্ম পুনঃপ্রতিষ্ঠার জন্য, তোমার দিকে তাকিয়ে আছে. And you see, I have told you many times, after partition of India, partition is definitely a very, very big event in these 100 years in Bharatian history. And then 1970 on Bangladesh Liberation War, before that Indo-Pak wars, even emergency. But the most important socio-political or religious event, socio-politico-religious event in Bharatvarsh in these last 8 decades is the Ram Janma movement. most important. And that movement has changed the social, religious and political fabric of the country from the soil. I have told you many a time, Congress was created by British, Communist Party was created outside India, then purchased by British, Muslim League is a creation of British. But for the first time in Bharatvarsh, an energy, a power has come out from the soil with a political dispensation or some nationalist ideas. From soil has come a power from the soil that has changed the socio, religio, political texture of this country. A nationalist force is gradually rising. For 8 decades, the real nationalist forces, the spiritualist forces, has been killed by the Sikumaku Kongus, emboldened by the enemy forces. But for the first time, Indian nationalist forces, the spiritual forces, are reacting, and winning. And all the guidances of these political forces, now the nationalist political forces, is from behind by the spiritualists. Remember, whatever you tell, even now Modi ji, or before that the vital role played by the past Prime Minister Narasingha Rao, and before that, if you Swami Vivekananda, Netaji Subhash Chandra, even Kavi Guru, Aurobindo, even Bankim Chandra, all are spiritualists. They are Sanatanis. They are all Sanatanis. They are connected to the spirituality of Bharatvarsh. Swamiji is a presentation of Vedanta. Kavi Guru, presentation of Upanishad. Aurobindo, presentation of Veda. Subhash Chandra, for the Ramakrishna, all are the product of Bharatian spirituality. Gandhi Nehrus cannot claim this line. They are away from this line. They do not believe in the spirituality. They do not believe the Indian history heritage, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Ved, Vedanta is history. They do not believe it. But in this line, the Indian spiritualists, Bharatian spiritualists, nationalist politicians, they believe in the history heritage. They believe the science, technology, astrophysics, chemistry, mathematics, surgical science, medical science, applied psychology. In our literature, our shastras, they believe in. This is the basic difference between this nationalist spiritualist force and the secular forces, secular forces. MAHAKAL has started in a different form to guide Bharatian politics from behind, from a different plane. That plane, the stage of spirituality. That's why he has told his close disciples to relinquish politics, the politics of secularism, to come to a different plane, from there to guide. Ultimately, politics is the hardware. Through the politics, through the hardware, the work has to be done, but that the guidance must come from the spiritual world. stop here today. And why I believe I have been able to explain why LEELA was advised by MAHAKAL to relinquish politics. And the moment Bharatian politics is attached to Indian Bharatian spirituality, the whole texture of Bharatian politics has changed. The whole texture of Indian politics has changed. And you see the advancement of India, Bharatvarsha, in different planes, in science, technology, army, defense, every plane, India is advancing. Because Bharatiya leaders today are being guided by the spiritualist world of this country. Spirituality is our software. Political frame is a hardware. Hardware is guided by the software. Let me stop here today. Yes, I think I will cover 36, 37, 36, 37. Oh, 36, 37. Oh, 36, 37. Where is 36, 37? 336. 336. 336. Yes. What is telling? What is telling? And he has mentioned in many places how Swami Brahmananda was killed by poisoning. Swami Brahmananda, Shankaracharya of Joshimon. Shankaracharya of Joshimon, Swami Brahmananda Saraswati. He was killed by poisoning in Calcutta by 20th May 1953. He has told, he has mentioned it, how a man of that level has been killed by poisoning, and you have not uttered a single word. A single word. And this Acharya, this Joshimon, was without any Shankaracharya for a long period of British India. About 150 years, this mott was without any Shankaracharya. After a long gap, he was in the chair of the Shankaracharya, the Joshimon, at the age of 70 years. After a gap of 150 years, his disciples were Mahorshi Mahesh Yogi, Swami Sarvananda Saraswati, Swami Karapatriji. And many of you know the Swami Karapatriji and Swami Sarvananda Saraswati. And this name of Swami Sarvananda Saraswati has been uttered very indirectly in Oi Mohammadabasi by MAHAKAL. That's why my interest was on Swami Sarvananda. This Swami Sarvananda, his initial part was in politics. In his young age, he was in politics. He believed not in Gandhism. And he has written in a letter to me, which I have published in my volume Decoding Marriage Mystery and Vivaha Garbhopata. I have attached to his letter where he is written. It's in Hindi. I was a follower of him. I was a follower of Subhash Chandra. I do not believe his plane crash story. He came to India after that. He stayed here. He stayed here. By that sentences, what he wants to mean. Swami Sarvanandaji. He stayed here. And remember, this Sarvanandaji, very dynamic Shankaracharya. Very dynamic Shankaracharya. He has many contacts with the Congress leaders also. But his contacts with the others is still mystery. Very dynamic leader. Very dynamic Shankaracharya. One day, I have told you, when I came across, I have met him few times. In one of the meetings, in night, in Sridham, that is in Paramhansi, in the uppermost floor, in darkness. I was moving towards him at about 9 p.m. when I was walking towards him at a distance. He suddenly asked me in Hindi, "Have you seen Subhash Chandra?" I was got astonished. Why you ask me that question? I have not gone there to inquire about Subhash Chandra. I have gone to meet him. And after a few years, on request, he wrote a letter where he told, I was a follower of him. I have never met him. I do not believe in plane crash. He came after that to this Bharat and stayed here for a period. What does it mean? And you see this, how much keenness and interest of this Shankaracharya in leading the Ram Janmabhoomi movement. And see what the need of Bhagavanji to state in Ajodhya proper, the disputed side, for 2 episodes. What he was doing there? What he was doing there? And I have told you many times, after going to the documents in the treasury in Faizabad in 2002 as a part of the JMCI proceedings, I told you many times that this Ram Janmabhoomi movement is vital, very important. And I told one side, the history of modern India will be rewritten. Netaji's name will come out as the Rama of modern India, modern Bharat. And other side, the history of ancient Bharat will be rewritten. And about 8 months before the publication of the final verdict of the Supreme Court, I published my volume, Netaji Theke Bhagavanji, where I clearly wrote, there is no power on earth to prevent the establishment of Ram temple in Ajodhya. And that is happening. Bharat leadership, if they get inspiration from the spiritual world of this Bharat, this Bharat will improve. And MAHAKAL has given this attachment, this communication the spiritual world behind and these political frameworks of this country. While framing my last volume in English, yet to be published, I wrote few lines. The electron was discovered, rather was postulated, electron, the basis of modern science. The electron, the basic concept of atomic model of modern science. Electron. That was postulated in the 1897. On that year, this mystery man was born. And that electron is yet to be seen in any of the modern mass equipments. None has seen electron. None has seen. It is a mathematical postulation. Though it is not seen, minus this electron concept, without accepting this electron in atomic model and subatomic particle, your concept of atom demolishes. Similarly, you cannot see Mahakal. Mahakal is beyond our vision. You can perceive the activities of Mahakal. Likely, in the same way, you can perceive the activities of the electron without accepting the presence of electron. Your whole concept of modern science, atomic model goes, vanishes, collapses. Similarly, you do not accept the presence of Mahakal. Explanation of many of the events in this Bharatvarsh in last many decades, even the transfer of power, you cannot explain. Am I clear in my statement? Have you noted the mathematical postulation of electron in the 1897 and the birth of this mystery man in 1897? See how there are similarities between the two persons, two things. Mahakal phenomena, Netaji phenomena, and electron on one side in science. Let me stop here. Thank you. Oh, again this is out 40 minutes. Let me stop here. Thank you. Ankona, Abhijit Babu, Matanu, Babu. Thank you. Shubharatri.